My client runs a plumbing company in California. His credit scores were 701, 710, and 720. That's decent, right? The banks, they didn't think so. So we rebuilt his profile. Scores went up to 785, 794, 780, and utilization from 30% down to 2%. Every hard inquiry, gone. Then we went to Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America in that order, and stacked $164,000 in business credit alone. Most of it at 0% intro rates. And in this video, I'm pulling up the actual before and after so you can see exactly what changed. My name is Chess. Me and my team has helped over 200 plus business owners access business funding, most of it in the form of 0% business credit cards, anywhere from 75 all the way up to 150K plus at a time. So today I'm walking you through a real case study. I'm keeping this client anonymous for privacy purposes, but the numbers, the banks, and the processes are real, step by step, so you can see exactly how this works. Then I'll break down what 0% funding actually is and what it takes to qualify. Let's go. All right, so this is the client. This is where he started, and let's see what he does. So he is in California. He does a plumbing business. He's a business owner. He's established. He's booked solid. And his starting scores, again, 701, 710, 720. Is good enough to feel safe, but not good enough to get funded with the big amounts. All right, utilization, we're around 30% when we first started, so around $22,000. So we got a business, actually a personal loan for that. So we're able to secure that, and we're able to push it down to 1,763. That's less than 10%, about 2%. His credit limit was solid. He had $75,000. And I wouldn't recommend applying for anything else. That's what I gave him as my advice. He's already at a solid limit on that side. It gives him great comparables. Banks, they like to give you 2 to 3 times your limits. And then on the utilization side, again, 2%. So for our prep work, what did we do? We had to remove those negative authorized users first. They had high balances and late payments on there. It was just negatively affecting him. Although it was giving him age, but it wasn't really kind of boosting up his profile since it had high balance and late payments. So we did that. We removed that, paid down the utilization under 10%. We also created relationships with the banks. Very important. I'll explain that in our next part. So also this part too. No more NSF, which means non-sufficient payments or funds. So make sure there's money in the banks when you're making payments. So for our process, we had to actually wait. For Wells Fargo, we had to build a relationship for another 3 months since he did have NSF on those accounts. So we built it for 3 months, have great relationship. We got more funding there too. And also we had some inquiries on his TransUnion and Experian side. These were not approved. He came to us when he was not approved for a couple cards already. He already tried and he actually gave up. So that's why he came to me. We actually removed those inquiries that he did get denied for. And then we got him 0 increase on there. So after that, he had a completely clean profile. He was at 785 TransUnion, 794 Experian, 780 on his Equifax. So he's pretty much ready, and the banks love this type of profile, and they open those doors for you. So what did we actually secure? Sorry, I had to block out these data points. Unfortunately, you guys only get 10% of what we actually do in our inner circle. The other 90% goes to my members who actually are paying money. So hope you understand that. This is YouTube. All right. So funding, we're at 72K. We got Chase at 0%. 25K with Wells Fargo with a business credit card, 0% for 12 months as well. Then we got a 40K Wells Fargo business line of credit. So with the business line of credit, it is not 0%, but the beautiful thing about it is it's very flexible. If you do want to use it in any way possible, shape, or form, you can do that, and there will be no issues at the banks. All right. You also don't get charged like cash advance too, so pretty cool there. But for the business credit cards, you do, so be very careful on that. Bank of America, we got 27K at 0%. This, I believe, for 9 months. So if we add this all up, we're about $164,000 at 0%. And this is only through 3 banks. So let me ask you, like, what would you do with $164,000 at 0%? So that's what happened. Now let me show you how it works, because everything we just did for him, we follow a system and we put it into a short presentation for you. So if you're a business owner watching this next part is the part that you might want to screenshot. Let's get into it. So here's a question this whole presentation answers. What are the requirements to get no doc business funding? Fast, flexible capital without the mountains of paperwork. And the range on this slide is real. 50 to 150K plus in 90 days or less. And my clients, they land above that range because we followed every rule that you're about to see. So let's start with the obvious question. What is this exactly? What is no doc business funding? All right. So this is what we call alternative lending, meaning there's no minimal or no paperwork to apply for this. There's going to be no 3 years of tax returns, no P&Ls, no balance sheets, but instead of documents, the lenders are reading three signals: your credit profile, your banking relationships, and your financial behaviors. Now, you can still ask the lender optionally, can you ask me for documents if you have strong documents? Sure. Bank statements, tax returns, it's all listed. But here's the key. In most cases, they're not required, especially when your credit profile, your personal credit profile, is strong. And my client submitted zero tax returns for that $164,000. Zero. And there are exactly two products that make this possible. And you saw this both in his stacks. So let me show you. All right, so we have product one, 0% interest business credit cards. Cards from major banks with 0% introductory APR, typically in 6 to 18 months, depending on the institution. And after that intro period, the standard rates apply. So this is capital you deploy with a plan. In my client stack, that's the Chase $72,000, the Bank of America $27,000. Product 2 is business lines of credit. You could borrow up to the limit, repay, borrow again. A financial safety net for if your cash flow dips and fast opportunities. So that's his $40,000 Wells Fargo line. So who actually qualifies for this and how much? So let's see the expectations. All right, so who qualifies and how much? Not everyone qualifies for the maximum, and that's fine. For the average new business without full financials, without a track record, the starting range is anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000. The upper range goes to businesses with strong credit, banking history, and relationships, not to mention age of the business. So, and the time frame for a qualified borrower is 90 days or less. And here's the line on the slide that I need you to actually believe. A brand new business can still get funded with a great personal credit score alone, but no business history required. And you'll see why in the next two slides. So this is going to be my 4 pillars of qualification. I call these the 4 grades, of course. 1, great revenue. If you demonstrated income signals, repayment ability, that's going to be great for you. Number 2, great credit score. Your personal credit is the primary underwriting lens, and 720 plus is the gold standard. Imagine like 1 foot, 2 foot to stand on. Number 3, great business credit history. This is your second foot. And I don't mean vendor accounts. What I mean is paid off business loans. That shows discipline. And number 4, great banking relationships. Establish active accounts with the banks that you're actually asking money from. And notice what the slide says. If you're new and you don't have all 4, a strong credit profile alone, it could get you funded, but not the maximum. So pillar 2 carries the most weight. Remember that. So let's zoom all the way in on pillar 2 because this is where deals are won or lost. So I'll kind of break this down for you. All right. Why is personal credit the deciding factor? It's because most 0% business cards are personally guaranteed. So banks, they underwrite you and not the business. But if you have a strong business as well, you're able to stand on 2 feet. That's exactly why a brand new LLC can secure up to 6 figures with the right personal profile. It's possible. And the score targets, 720 plus is where the best results live. Maximum amounts, widest lenders, and 680 to 719 is possible, but it's riskier. So improve first. Below 780, I will repair before you apply. Now, watch how my clients map his onto this, starting with a 700 credit score. Technically above the floor, but we still took him to 780 plus before applying. And that's the difference between approved and approved for $164,000. Then the profile checklist, utilization between 2 to 10%, and he was at 30%, so we took him to 2%. That's that 22K balance down to $2,000. And 5+ years of history. The comparable limits, banks approve roughly 2 to 3 times of what you already hold. He has $75,000 in personal limits already. That's why 6 figures on the business side didn't really scare anybody. But a great score with red flags behind it, it still gets denied. So let's talk about the negatives. So Banks, they scrutinize your file for having red flags. What are red flags? Here's what they're workable and what isn't. Late payments, they're not always disqualifying. Approvals has happened before with late payments that are 2 years plus old. But recent lates, very big problem for you. So your negative items, if they're recent, credit repair, they have to come before any application at all. And hard inquiries, remove any inquiries not tied to any active personal account. If it's a business account, you can remove that too. And move fast, because recent ones can sometimes be removed before they officially report. For my client, this slide was the prep work. We removed the negative authorized users with a high balance and late payments, and then we cleared all 7 inquiries, 3 on TransUnion, 4 on Experian. So we're now down to 0, a fresh profile for the banks to look at. And to read the bottom of the slide, because it's the most expensive mistake in this space. A strong paydex score. It would not compensate for a weak credit profile. All right? Banks, they underwrite these products personal credit. A little bit on the business side if you have strong business with age. So clean file, check. Now for the factor almost nobody talks about. The banks has to know you. All right. So building a strong banking relationship. This is the most overlooked factor in no doc approvals. Lenders favor borrowers they already know. So there are 4 ways to build that. All right. Having multiple products with them, personal and business accounts with them at the banks you're looking to target. For example, like a merchant account. If you have deposits in there, real business transactions, they signal far better than cash deposits. 6 months plus of consistent history at your target bank, a bank rating of 4 or more higher. I'll deep a little bit dive around that. And that's a $4,000 to $6,000 average balance, minimum. And 0 NSF events. We talked about this before. Non-sufficient funds are a serious red flag. And the slide is why my client Wells Fargo number was so big. We spent 3 months building a relationship. Money in account, not a single NSF before applying. And Wells Fargo answer was $65,000 across 2 products. The relationship literally printed money. All right. Now, I just said the mid 4 rating. So let me show you the actual scale that the banks use internally. So this is going to be the bank rating system. All right. Your average balance, it translates into an internal banking rating. Every bank, they run kind of similarly when it comes to this. The more money you give them, the more they like to play. All right. Low is 1,000 to 3,000. Mid 4s is your minimum target that you want to be in. Higher balances obviously unlock larger approvals. So target mid 4 or better before you apply. Then there's the layer above that, which is going to be data points. Every bank has internal thresholds that determines when they ask for documentations and how much they approve. For example, on the right side of this, Chase won't request documentation as long as your total exposure with them stays under 150K. My client's Chase approval was $72,000, which was comfortably under that threshold. That's not luck. That's knowing the data points and structuring the application under it. So one warning, data points, they change constantly, almost every day, almost every week. All right, underwriting evolves. That's why working with someone who tracks these real time is a genuine competitive advantage. We do this every day. So now you know the products, the pillars, the profile, and the data points. So here is the plan, the last part for you. How can you get funded in the next 90 days? There's going to be 5 steps to this. Number 1, pull and review your personal credit. Remember, target 720 plus, under 10% utilization, no recent negatives, high comparable limits. Number 2, set up or strengthen your banking relationships. Mid 4 balance or higher, no NSF offense, 1 to 3 months of history. Number 3, form your LLC if you haven't. Home addresses work, virtual address works. Don't wait for perfect, just start. Number 4, learn the data points for your target banks. Simple as that. We can guide you. Number 5, apply strategically with the right sequence, the right banks, the right exposure levels. That's the exact sequence you watch play out at the start of this video. It's not a trick. It's a profile. Built on purpose, present it in the right order. And a score that gets you to the door. The profile decides if it opens. Click the link to book a call. If you qualify, you get on my calendar. If not, no worries. We have both one-on-one personal credit building and consumer law credit repair, where me and my team custom write each letter. This is Cashflow Ches. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.